We're going to go to the cricket yesterday now. A lot of overs from Yasir Shah on the first day of a game. Arguably too many. How did he do?
I didn't see how he was going to get a wicket. The first question you've got to ask is how you're getting someone out. And to me, it was a defensive ploy. It was never an attacking option. Yasir Shah is an attacking bowler, and I thought he came on with the field he was set, 6 people on the onside, was totally defensive.
I know people often say, leg spinners don't bowl well to left-handers. Well, they don't if they bowl leg stump line. And when you've got Renshaw and David Warner, 2 good players, mind you, when you're bowling at a line of leg stump with 6 guys on the leg side, you really, there's only one way you're going to get people out, and that was probably like the way they got Khawaja out, chipping one up to a guy at short mid-wicket. All other modes of dismissal just about go out the door.
Yeah, and if you look at this pitch map here, look how many deliveries pitched outside leg stump, spinning further away. So the key for any viewer out there or any young spin bowler, no matter what you bowl, is however much the conditions are turning or the pitch is turning, that's how far you bowl outside to come back to hit the top of off stump. And to me yesterday, Yasir Shah wasn't trying to get anyone out, wasn't trying to deceive anyone. He was purely trying to dry up an end to give the quicks a rest, and they could rotate the quicks at one end. And that, where we saw the pitch map, look where they scored. Only 1 shot on the offside, and you're not going to get too many people out. And that's why he bowled so many overs yesterday, only for 1 wicket.
Okay, I'm going to put a ball down. Mark, if you take your stance, be David Warner. Where is leg stump? Is it about here?
That's not bad, but
a little bit,
That's pretty good. That's
enough.
Pitching about leg stump there. So with the ball pitching there and spinning further down the leg side, as I was saying a moment ago, you really can't get a left-hander out unless he does what Khawaja does, goes down the deck and chips one to short mid-wicket, or for some reason you actually run past one and you get stumped down the leg side. All the other modes of dismissal, the classic modes of dismissal like LBW, bowled or caught nicking, are out of the equation. So that's how most top order players get out.
Yeah, and that was just one other point to make. I'll show you something here of Renshaw in a minute, but Renshaw is playing in his 2nd test match facing a guy who's taken 120 wickets in 20 tests. He would have been a bit worried about Yasir Shah, and is he going to pick him? What that allowed him to do, he's so strong on the onside, Renshaw, those first 3 or 4 overs allowed him to get in. And then what we saw is the confidence that Renshaw has to actually come down the pitch and play these sort of shots. Now, there's no way that Renshaw would play those sort of shots and have the confidence to do that if that Yasir Shah started bowling the ball out here, as you just started to suggest, Mark Taylor. If you get that line of somewhere around there, just outside.
Maybe in a bit, that's pretty wide.
Yeah.
Push that in.
Just about there somewhere there. There's a fair difference there of that line where you'd want to bowl. And what that brings in is you can deceive the batsman with your wrong-uns. He's got a very good wrong-un, Yasir Shah. He's got a good straight one. But what that does, the first thing you should do, as the captain, Misbah and Yasir said to each other, how are we getting David Warner out? How are we getting Renshaw out? And if you start with, we're going to get him to drive, we're going to pitch at that line, then your field starts to dictate. And what that also does is, as Mark Taylor said, it allows the batsman to drive like this. So it opens up slip, caught and bowled, caught in the cover, caught around here. If one bounces, bat pad, it opens up so many more modes of dismissal.
All right, can I show you the field yesterday? It started with Warner and Renshaw, which was a 6-3 leg side field. That cannot be right, can it? That's your point.
Yeah, exactly right. And man at the deep, 3 men on the deep, straight away, I would say your chances of getting out as a left-hander, firstly, are minimal because there's only that catching mid-wicket where we saw Khawaja get out. All the other guys are just saving a boundary. So what Australia did very well in those first 5 overs was just what you call milk the bowling. They just worked the ball towards those guys in the deep and picked up singles. They didn't take Yasir Shah to town, but they just milked him. His first 10 overs weren't that effective because he didn't look like anyone out.
That's right. And the first thing you need to do as any spin bowler in any form of the game is create doubt in the batsman's mind. Once you create doubt in that first over, the batsman starts to guess. And exactly like Mark Taylor said, having that field all out in the boundaries allowed him to get off strike, rotate stringles, hit the odd boundary with a bad ball, and just had no way of getting him out.